Well, everyone, we made it. The end of 2025. And I'm going to be honest. This year was, in a lot of ways, a mixed bag. There's a lot of high points, a lot of low points. But you're going to hear me say that a lot about it, like a lot of years. But that really applies to this one exceptionally well. Um, for those that don't know, I usually do like these big reflecting upon the year videos. So at the end of the year, so consider this that video because there's a lot I want to talk about. I want to get a little personal. I know the whole channel is about getting personal, but also I do apologize if I'm talking a little quietly. Part of that is just because it is really late where I'm recording this right now. And this is the only time of the day, or I guess the night, where I'm actually able to record freely to my own heart's content and not be interrupted constantly. Because I know if I tried recording this more towards the late night, I'd get interrupted a lot. So I really hope you guys don't mind. Also, this is going to be a one take thing, so if I mess up, I'm keeping it in. But wow. 2025, I personally feel, was the end of a lot of things and the start of a lot of newer ones. And the things that have been kept around have been elevated significantly. Allow me to explain. This year, at the start of the year, we had a move. And it was under very specific circumstances that I don't even think I myself was really prepared for. But essentially, that move, I already kind of addressed this before, but I lost a lot of stuff in that move. I was able to save pretty much all my Godzilla figures by some freaking miracle. Like, I think the only thing that didn't make it was a magnet, and even then, like, it's a magnet. I could just order another one, but I really only got that as like a little novelty item. It didn't really serve much purpose in the collection, but hey, a magnet's a magnet. Anyway, um, I lost a lot of stuff. I lost like stuff that dated back to my early childhood, like the little chest that appeared in one of my earlier videos, like my earliest, like 2016. That's gone, including the Amber's bead art. That's gone too. My lamps, like my color fixture setups, my end tables, stuff that I considered like really close and dear to my heart, like my old ukulele. That's gone. My painting's gone. Although that actually survived a little bit, but I don't want to talk about why it's gone now. And even then, I don't think I would have been able to bring it here because that thing is just way too freaking big. The only thing I regret not doing is really showcasing it full, but I'm pretty sure I'll find something else. And of course, my posters were thrown out as well. That begs the question, why didn't that? Well, I don't want to get too much into it, but just know that the move didn't go the way we had planned, and we weren't able to reach a deadline. So, yeah, it's gone. That said, when I moved here at my current place, it felt like a new fresh start. Even though I did lose a lot, this year at least I gained a lot more. I finally got like again my own place. I moved out of my parents' place. I'm no longer there with them, but I got several new Godzillas. I got new little devices, little lamps, got my own TV again. I got my own end tables, my own shelves. Everything is basically the way I want it to. And I'm still thankful to have, like, despite what I've lost, and I will even admit I've lost friends this year. A little bit of friends, you know. I don't think there's ever going to be a year that goes by where I don't lose friends. It's just the way that life goes. But at the same time, you gain a lot more. And I think what I've gained definitely isn't just like replacing what I've lost, but really serves as like, when you lose something, you're going to gain something else. Even if it's not in its direct place. Like, I'm trying to really think. If you lose an end table, you're just going to get a table. Would you want that? I'm sure you would. But anyway, so yeah, I lost a lot of good things, lost a lot of good people, but I also gained a lot more. But as for the channel itself has went through the biggest change I think I've ever seen it, aka the decennial. I knew that the channel was going to be turning 10, which is why I had like such a big like celebrating 10 years of Matthew T.O.S.G from 2015 to 2025. And I'm grateful that I've been able to like make content for this long. Don't worry, that's just my vent going. You can still hear me. Anyway, making all that stuff and like really showcasing what I can do this year has been really fun. Especially when like the first half of the year, when I had, some videos blow up every here and there, but like a few thousand views, what's not to like? And then I started like pumping out some more Mugen stuff. I did Mugen stuff like since last year, 2024. Like I brought it back since my computer could run it. And, well, it's been pretty good since. But this year as well, I feel like a lot of you, maybe all of you, definitely, would have came from the 2vs.X video, either on TikTok, which has over 200,000 views, which boosted my TikTok account to like a new level, and now my channel, which has over 20,000 views, I believe. Let me double check right now. I have to confirm. Yep, almost 30,000 views. That is absurd and crazy. And I thank you all so much for the support. This is like when my channel hit mainstream. Because I'm at the top of my game, like when it comes to object show stuff, and I'm so thankful for that. Of course, it came with its own challenges. I tried various different ways to balance out Mugen, including getting rid of it entirely, which did not work. Making a whole new channel didn't really work. But ultimately, I feel like keeping Mugen here where it's been for the last 8 years, incoming 9. Has it been that long? I don't think it has. Whatever. It's been fun, and I'm going to continue doing that. By the time you're actually watching this video, more Mugen fights have been released, including a very special one. But at the same time, it's kind of tedious in a way, because I've never dealt with something like this, where people have come for only one thing. Like, again, I'm still learning. As long as I've been on YouTube, where there are things on the internet that I've never experienced, and I'm trying to learn as I go. I'm improving as not only a person, but also a content creator. So, constantly trying to fulfill requests as well. So that's been a little difficult. But I also kind of want to focus on the work that I did as well, not just specifically related to videos. Well, specifically videos, I guess. This year, we pumped out a lot of new stuff. We brought back the reviews for the NECA Godzilla and Kong figures. All new 2025 remastered in one singular line. We did all the way from 54, 56, 62, 64. We got some more NECA Godzillas with the 2003 Hyper Major Blast and the 85 as well. We've also done, like, again, bringing back the NECA King Kong line for one more time. We also revisited the Playmate stuff, the Bandai America stuff, the SH Monster Arts figures. Got a few more as well. 2002, 2019, Mecha Godzilla, Space Godzilla. We got a lot, It's been a pretty nice uptick in terms of Monster Arts releases. Also, another high-end Godzilla, which again, like those reviews and unboxings have been really cool to do. And my first BFDI plushie, which thank you for supporting that as well. I do plan on getting more, but again, it's just this time and money thing. Which is ironic that I say that because the BFDI plushie is probably cheaper than a Godzilla toy. Anyway, so aside from the unboxings, the reviews, we also brought back the Godzilla-thon series, which only has one episode right now. The reason why it's on hiatus was because I kind of felt like forcing myself to go through every Godzilla movie at like a weekly pace was just gonna just be an absolute slug and take away from everything else I wanted to do, so that's why I kind of stopped it. But I will bring it back in 26. Again, I'm going at my own pace here. I want to focus on a few projects at a time rather than blowing myself way out of proportion. Like, oh, here's a new Snakey episode, here's a new Tabicus, here's a new Golden Warrior, here's a new Llama Man. Like, I'm not going to be doing that. Outside of the remasters, at least. That's just something I want to, like, keep to a minimum. But that also applies to general videos as well. This year, I also brought back... Well, I ended, actually. Well, actually, we'll talk about the shows right now. First and foremost, with the channel's Big Goliath, the Amber's Godzilla show, which this year celebrated its 9th anniversary, and next year is going to be its 10th, so that's a real cool treat. We wrapped up season 9. We did season 9. Whoa, a little behind. We wrapped up season 21. Sorry, I don't know how I managed to frick that up. 9 plus 10 equals 21. We put out season 22 and 23 over the summer. Those are currently on hiatus but are coming back. I announced The Adventures of Super Red season 3, which is coming next year. Again, one thing at a time, so we're not overwhelming ourselves with projects here. I announced that Snakey and Llama Man would be coming back and put out remastered episodes with those in higher definition. And I also came out with some more I announced Mineral Island, which is going to be a reboot to Golden Glory, but I also made Golden Glory new episodes of the show. Announced the new revamped version of the movie, which is the Golden Glory movie, An Object Show Adventure, which is also coming out within the year. After season 9 and 11 are done, then I can just go full force in that. Because my content and ideas for them have constantly changed over the years, you know? Also, I previously wrapped up Spiral Shape Show, which is cool. It's so, it was so amazing seeing the show, come to its conclusion at long last because of its lengthy production history. Because, I think from the moment it was conceived to the finale, I think it's been about 5.5 years. So, yeah, people waited a long time for that. So there was that. I also had brought in a little bit of more skits and such, like 4 versus Godzilla, Shin Godzilla versus King Kong 1933, all that stuff. Just kind of going through the motions with that, and it's again been fun. I also put out a new short film earlier, The Closet, which was really cool to put together as a horror short film. So we also revisited some old topics in relation to the channel, like Caterpillar and Friends, as well as the decennial celebration, which was a video, and then I made a direct which had the premiere of season 23, episode 3, 4. God, I can't even remember. I think it was 4 or 5. Anyway, so that's about that. Trying to remember off the top of my head here, because there was a lot we did, So in addition to that, we also put out some new gameplays of Hello Neighbor, Bendy Mink Machine, Mario 63, Mario Combat, I don't think I did Luigi's Revenge yet, but I will plan on eventually. So that's all been fun. And We also put out some new Wattpad stories, including a never-seen-before script to a short I planned a few years ago called Brandon Summerstride, which it was about him and his family, like outside of the competition. Brought back season 11, brought back season 9, although I'm pretty sure I already said that. And again, it's just, there was a lot of fun, and I'm really happy with the stuff we did. That said, what are some things I hope for the new year? Well, I hope that I can focus on maybe 2 projects at a time. So, for example, treating the seasons individually as their own projects. So, for example, Golden Glory season 9 is separate from season 11 separate from the movie, etc., etc. Tabgus season 22 is separate from 23, even though they kind of go intertwinedly. And season 24 is hopefully hitting its premiere this summer, because I do want to focus on getting season 22 done, and then 23, and then we can go to 24. I have a lot of cool ideas for season 24, as well as the Adventures of Super Red season 3, Llama Man season 3, and Snakey season 5, although we do have some unfinished business with Snakey season 3, don't we? So maybe season 5 might not even happen. You know, it's all up in the air right now. It's all stuff I want to do, but right as of now, it's not like a guarantee. Spiral season 2 is also something I'm very interested in. I have a few ideas. I even have a new title for it. T.O.S.G is interested in it. I'm also putting out, I already announced this on my community tab, the Spiral pilot episode, which is like a restoration of what Rebecca K. Lunetta would have made. And I also plan on making just more like, I guess, production heavy content. Because as fun as like my loose content is, you know, I also feel really proud of like the work that I can do when I put in more time and effort. So we'll see where that takes me. In other news, I also want to do more live streams beyond just BFDI re-reactions, like more stuff that revolves around me, and specifically me. Maybe get some of my friends involved, you know. Also, a new Golden Glory short and Tabia short. Well, it's a 2-for-1. It's a crossover. Is in the works, and it actually has been for a little while. Wrote the script, put up some voice lines, but still haven't gotten around to actually making it. So we'll see what happens with that. But that said, really kind of like winding the whole thing down a bit. I feel proud of 2025. There's a lot of things I didn't get to do, but I also have a lot of things I did want to do or got to do. It was a lot more eventful. It was a bit more eventful than 24, because 24 I did like jack crap. I went to the beach once the whole summer, and that was it. That was really it. So, yeah. Also, do keep in mind that you probably won't be seeing as much new figures this year, like when it comes to the actual figure reviews, because there is some stuff I do want to like focus on, like in my personal life. And figures are going to be taking a backseat. You know, I've had a lot of figures, and I'm probably going to be getting more, but beyond the NECA figures, what else is there really? The Hayas? Not really like too keen on the Hayas right now, but I'll save that for another video. Anyways, that's really about it. This year has taught me a lot, and really has like shown me that when one door closes, another one opens. And I'm fine with that. But anyways, I'm gonna shut this whole thing down. I'm proud of the stuff we did, and I hope to see y'all in the next year. Thank you so much for 2,500 subscribers. Thank you so much for 800,000 views. And thank you so much for your continuous support. I'm really thankful that you're here. And cheers and here's to many more years on the channel. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year.